again, everybody. Fiber Spider here with another origami tutorial for you. Today we're going to be getting into the holiday spirit, and we are going to be making some cute little wreaths. Yes, perfect for this time of year to remind us that spring is just around the corner, and, well, we'll get there. In the meantime, we're going to make some wreaths. Yes, these are really quite easy to make and no glue required. Best part, in my opinion. And, well, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so for each of these wreaths, you need a total of 8 units. Now, the units are going to be made with our typical square sheet of paper, but we're going to cut this in half because you need to start off with a 1:2 ratio of a rectangle. So, going to just take our square, fold it in half to make a rectangle, and then do a simple rip. And you don't even need scissors because you can score the crease with your thumbnail. There we go. And unfold. And then just rip your paper. Now, granted, this does take a little bit of practice if you want to get a nice clean edge. So we're going to need 8 of these sheets, these rectangles that we have here. And so with just 4 sheets of paper, you can make the entire thing. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a dark green to go along with the light green so that it has a little bit of contrast going on. So let's start with our first one, shall we? Okay, so with the white side facing up, fold your piece in half lengthwise. And then fold it in half again. And if you make a bunch of these wreaths, you will be able to do these units in your sleep. They're so easy. Okay, then unfold this. Now, with the open edges at the bottom, fold the corner up on that side and the corner up on this side. And then this corner goes up. And then fold it back in half, and that's it. That's all you have to do. But yes, you're going to need 8 of them. So let's do another one together really quick. White side up. Fold it in half. And I have all of my others ready to go. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do all of them on camera. That would be painfully redundant. But I do like to be thorough. Okay, then in half again. There we go. And then again with the open side facing down, fold your corners up. And then back in half. And there you go. So yes, you are going to need a total of 8 of these. So I've got 4 light green, and then I have 4 dark green, and we're good to go. Now, if you want them to be all the same, that's totally fine. but I like the contrast. Also, it makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on. So let's now start in with the assembly. Okay, so I've got all my pieces ready to go. Let's start with the assembly. Just grabbing 2. Okay, now, easiest way that I found is if you have them oriented the same way, then we're going to take these 2 tips and we're going to insert them into these little pockets that we created. Granted, it can be a little bit tricky to get in there, but with patience and with perseverance, you can totally do it. Now, when I was making the rather small ones, it took a lot more patience because they are a lot smaller, and it's more difficult to get your fingertips in there. There we go. So we've got both inside of those pockets, as you can see. And now you don't want them to be angled like this, at a right angle. No, actually you want them to be angled more at almost like a 45, if you will. There we go. So that it rests on either edge as far as it can go. So now the edge of this is straight here. So it's more of like a 45-degree angle. Okay. Then grab the next one and do the exact same thing. In the back pocket and then into the front pocket. Almost had it. Now, granted, as you get close to the end of what you're doing, they are going to want to fall apart. That is okay. That is normal. That does happen. However, if all of the tips are where they need to be, that's really the tricky part of the battle. But as long as the tips are where they need to be, you can then do a lot of shifting and fiddling and finagling, and you can get through it. Now, I'm having issue with this one right here, but that's okay. I do like to show you that sometimes the struggle is real, and that it's not always as easy as some people like to present it in their tutorials. Ah, there we go. And of course it fell apart. That is okay though. There. Thought you could defeat me. No, haha. Alright, let's get back to this one. And since I already have primed the pockets, it's a little bit easier. But we'll get there. Ah, see? There we are. And then scoot you back into place. See, we're getting there. Just takes a little bit of patience. There, just 4 more to go. Okay, grab the next dark green. Scoot you into that. Come on. Ah, there we are. See, with the larger scale, it's easier to get your finger into there. There we go. And as you're working, you want them to not get too far out of line so that you don't have to completely put them back together again. what? Let me do the front side first. That one wants to work with us. The other one is being a little curmudgeon-y and wanting to misbehave on us. There we go. Okay, see, we're almost there. Patience is the watchword. Okay, this one too, actually, wants to behave with the front, not with the back. And that's okay. We shall get there. Okay, hang on one moment. Okay, so I'm getting this one finally into place. I found that if you hold it down flat on your work surface, that does considerably help. Yes, indeed. I have a tendency of wanting to do everything by holding it upright. Doesn't always work out that way. All right, so then I just have this last piece here. Ooh, okay, that one is going in nicely. And then this one, and then we just have to connect our ring together. See, got all of our pieces. We're in the home stretch. Yes, we are. Okay, now we can do this. Now, I also realize that I'm making it look a lot more difficult than it actually is, but also filming it is not the easiest thing in the world with my camera setup. But hey, I am determined to make this happen. We got it. Okay, and then scooch all of them together. And there you go. See, I did it. Haha. I told you I would. All right. And then, yeah, you just want to sort of push them all together equally so that they're not going to go anywhere. Now, this being the case that, yes, it is a slight, it's a squidge, a little bit of a beast to put together. However, I think it is totally worth it, and there is no glue. However, that being said, what you might want to do is on the side that is not going to be facing, you might want to reinforce it with perhaps a little bit of tape, or as you are putting your tips inside of the slots, you might want to reinforce it with a little bit of glue or a glue stick or what have you. However, I think personally, I would be less inclined to use this as a hanging ornament and more of perhaps a decoration for a card or something of that sort, something that's meant to be two-dimensional. But there you go. You know, we did it! We did it! Yes, I know I'm getting all excited over a paper wreath, but hey, I get excited over the little things. And there you are. All right, so there you go. How to make a little origami paper wreath. Now, as far as the size difference, so these, what I did was I took my initial square piece of paper, same size as these actually, and instead of using the rectangle, you know, 2 rectangles from 1 square, actually I ended up with it was, I believe, 8 rectangles from 1 square sheet of paper, because I took the 1 square piece of paper and cut it in half. So I had 4 sheets of paper, and then took those and made rectangles out of those. So it is really 1/4 the size. Now this, I think, would make a much better size for a Christmas card or a what have you, a nice little decoration. But there you go. I know it was a little bit fiddly, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. Perhaps I'm not doing it justice. At any rate, I hope that you liked today's tutorial, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation. And please pardon my ineptness. It happens. At any rate, I hope that you enjoyed it, and you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay safe, take care of yourselves and each other, and stay folding fun, fabulous, festive things. And until next time, you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.